If you are getting a watery vaginal discharge and you're perimenopausal or menopausal, this is actually a really common symptom, and I'm going to explain to you why this happens and what you can do about it. I've had a lot of questions like this in my DMs, women too embarrassed to come and ask openly about this, and some women have said to me, I've even gone to my doctor and my doctor didn't know what it was. But actually getting a watery discharge from the vagina can be a symptom of genitourinary syndrome of the menopause or vaginal atrophy. We always have to make sure that we rule out other conditions. So make sure that you get a high vaginal swab, get yourself checked for sexually transmitted diseases, and also get checked for vulval lichen sclerosis or vulval lichen planus as well, because that can also be a contributing factor to why your discharge is changing. Now, genitourinary syndrome of the menopause happens in menopausal stages of our life, so around perimenopause, as young as about 38 to 40, and that's when you're getting a lowering of the estrogen level. And typically we say vaginal dryness happens at that age, but some women don't. This discharge that you're getting, that watery discharge, is a result from the vaginal walls in the vulva and the vagina that become thinner and drier, and the more inflamed that gets due to the estrogen dropping, that leads the body to produce additional fluid in response to the irritation. So if I show you on this model, normally we say, oh, are you experiencing dryness? But actually some women can find that this mucosal tissue that's here, so mucosal tissue means it's the same tissue that's in your mouth. So it produces its own secretions and it also protects you, and it's got an immune system. So the tissue in your mouth, which is known as mucosal, is the same tissue around your vulva and your vagina. And when there is some irritation or dryness, then what happens is you produce more secretions. So the same happens in the vagina as well. So the vagina is the hole in there, and you end up producing this watery discharge, and in your underwear you'll find that actually you're wet, and every single time you get it tested it's completely normal. There's nothing that is going to be grown on there. It's not bacterial vaginosis, it's not candida, it's not thrush, it's not an STD, it's nothing. It doesn't even have any smell. It's just this clear watery discharge that you're experiencing. To manage this condition, you have to get low dose topical vaginal estrogen. Rule out everything else, but low dose topical vaginal estrogen that you use as estradiol, all available on the NHS. You use that as a loading dose every night for 2 weeks, then reduce down to 2 or 3 times a week, and then you use that lifelong. You don't just stop. But typically that is why you are getting it, and everybody should know how to manage genitourinary syndrome of the menopause. Use that alongside your vaginal moisturizers. I hope that's been helpful.